everyone. I decided I wanted to do a pop-up chat tonight. This is going to be a little bit different where I'm offering an audio version of your readings and also a typed version of your readings depending on, how you want to receive it. So for audio readings, it's going to be $6.66. For typed, it's going to be $5.55. So all the information's on the screen. You do have your option. However you want to receive that reading. I am doing free readings tonight as well as usual at the beginning of the stream. Hello Olive, hello Arcana, and hello Ashley. It looks like Arcana might be new. Are you new here? Let me know. All right, so again, like I said, for audio, it's a certain price. For typed, it's another. Orders and donation list is open. If we happen to see Melanin Queen somewhere, could someone let them know? I still owe her a reading. To place an order, see the description in the video. And then also throughout the stream, my moderator, Queen of Swords, will also be posting my link as well. So that way you know exactly how to place that order. And let's see. I think that was everything, actually. So anyways, we can go ahead and get started here in a few minutes. All of the free yes or no will be a typed format. And as soon as we start the clock, you guys are able to post your question. You have to wait till Queen says the clock is starting. If you guys are new here, make sure that you are subscribed and remain subscribed. I do free readings all the time. And also, it's just really good to be a part of our community because I will post sometimes in the community, like the posts, I will say like we have a giveaway going or we have some polls or something just so I can see what you guys are looking for from me. Hello, I speak my truth. Love all the hearts. One other thing I wanted to mention before we get started is that I do have a new listing on my Etsy shop. It is 30% off right now for a limited time if you are interested in the physical appearance of your divine life partner. So if you have a partner and you want to know if this is the person for you, or if you want to know who your future life partner will look like, I can do eye color, hair color, physical appearance, things like that. So that is something that I just now put as a new listing on Etsy. So all that information is in the link tree in the description box. Arcana, hello, like and sub done. Thank you. Awesome. Thank you guys. You're great. All right. So I'm going to go ahead and remove the mic here and we'll get started on free readings whenever Queen is ready. The clock has started. You guys can go ahead and start posting your yes or no questions. Eliana, how's it going? Just remember, Eliana, you have that 15% off on Etsy. Make sure you use it before the end of the month, okay? Hey, Arcana, I'm going to go ahead and read for you, but I wanted to let you know that there is a call to action in the description. You have to follow that to be added to the list. So in the future, if you want a free yes or no question, make sure you read the description to see how to be added. Ashley and Arcana, you are welcome. Eliana says, I forgot about the 15% off. Yeah, make sure you use it before the end of the month. Right, guys, thank you so much for a awesome free round that we just did. That was a lot of fun. So it looks like I have a Etsy order from Meg. The question is here on the order. So I'm going to read that here in just a second. She ordered a typed reading. So bear with me for just a minute while we do that. Kushba Sharma said, "Thank you, Luna. You're always on point." You're very welcome. Thank you for saying that. I think that I got everybody to answer everyone's questions. It's hard for me to keep up with the chat. It's getting kind of crazy in here. But again, if you guys are interested, I can do an audio reading for you for $6.66 or a typed reading for $5.55. It just really depends on your preference on how you like to receive your reading. And also, just for anybody who is interested, not necessarily have to do it during this stream, but I do have a new listing on Etsy for a reading regarding the physical appearance of your divine life partner. So the person that you are basically working towards being with for a certain length of your lifetime. This is a divine life partner, so it's a soul connection. So if you're interested in seeing how that lines up with the person you're currently with, or if you're interested in seeing what the future holds for you, definitely consider ordering that. It is 30% off right now, and that's also in my link tree. If you order it outside of a stream time, then you'll get that reading within 24 hours. I'm actually going to pin this message that Queen just posted to the top here on how to place an order, just so it's easy for you guys. Typically, I charge $15 at a minimum for a reading. So these audio and type sessions are to be more affordable. And as always, if you stay a subscriber, you will get a free reading every single time that I stream. I just want to be very accessible to you guys so you get something out of every time that I go live. Hello, Big Cleo. So it is a typed session or an audio session, so you can get your reading typed to you in the chat, or you can pay for an audio version where you can listen to it. This stream will not be deleted, so you can always come back to it. I hope I answered everyone's questions. I'm going to go ahead and work on Meg for right now. So bear with me while I do that. Big Cleo says, going to donate for a type session. Perfect. All right, Big Cleo, I think you are next. Double check with Queen on that, but I'm pretty sure that's where you are. Queen, I just got Big Cleo's order for a typed session. It's one question, and the question is on the order. All right, Meg, thank you so much for your donation. I got 2 questions for Cleo, it looks like. 1, 2, yeah. So I'm gonna work on those in a second. Queen of Swords just made an announcement that if you wanted to donate an extra, I actually don't know what the difference is there. But if you want to donate $8, you can do that for a typed reading and get a follow-up question, kind of like what Meg just did. I answered it for Meg because it was related to her question that she originally had. So I just wanted to clarify for her. But if you guys are looking to have a follow-up question, you can donate $8.88 for a typed reading and get a follow-up question added in. Meg says, yeah, a lot of people are trying to get in his head, making up lies about me. Anything I can do to help settle things, he may be confused to make up his mind. Yeah, I mean, that's the thing, is that the Page of Wands, how he's showing up is like very impressionable. And that's the problem, is that he hasn't made his own mind up, I guess, yet. And he needs to figure out how to do that without the influences of other people around him. But that just comes with maturity. So, like I said, you have to decide for you if that's something that you can work with or if you just call it. But yeah, that's what I've got for you, Meg. Thank you. If you have any other questions, feel free to donate again. I'm going to go ahead and move on to Cleo. Cleo, give me just a second while I channel for you, okay? Queen, I'm having deja vu, by the way. All right, guys, so I just did the math. If you want to place an order for $5.55, you can donate on Etsy or Venmo or PayPal or Cash App. If you do Etsy, you'll have to donate an additional $3.33 to Venmo, PayPal, or Cash App because I don't have Etsy set up that way. Or you can just donate the total $8.88 to Venmo, PayPal, or Cash App. I hope that makes sense. But the difference is $3.33 for a follow-up question. I don't know, Queen. It's just like sitting here visually, I'm getting deja vu, like sitting here having this conversation. I don't know why. That's what I'm getting. Like, I would say this stream in general is giving me deja vu, this specific one. It's kind of interesting. All right, Big Cleo, thank you so much for those two questions. I think that we have a break on the list. I've only been here for, oh my God, it's been an hour? That's really fast. So what I am going to do is just make sure no other donations have come through that I missed. And if I have a second, then I probably will run to the restroom real quick. The list is, the donation and order list is open. If you are new here, just want to let you know that we will do a free yes or no for new people. So make sure you say hello in the chat and let us know you're here and you're new. All right, yep, so I just checked everything and it looks like I'm all caught up. So I'm going to take a quick break and I will be right back. Hello, Kendra. How's it going? I stepped away from my computer for a second. Sorry. How much is the list going to be open? Just about to get off work. Yeah. So, Kendra, I'm going to probably be on until about 10:30. I think that Liz says she wanted to come back, and then obviously you. So I'll be here at least until 10:30, and then depending on how busy things get, I might stay a little bit longer. So that's kind of my plan. We're just kind of going with the flow tonight. Hope that answers your question. Shreda, hello. The free list is closed, hon. Kendra, let me know if that answered your question. Hey, Queen. Yeah, sorry that was confusing. I was saying thanks for coming in and saying hi to Shreda. I know Kendra's planning on coming back. Hey, Shreda, I definitely would, but I've had 2 streams today where I've offered free readings. I'm sorry if the timing didn't link up with you, but I will be back tomorrow where you have the opportunity to do a free read if you want to do it then. Looks like Prestige placed an order. Prestige, thank you so much for placing that order. It looks like you want an audio session. Whenever you're ready, go ahead and let me know what your question is and we can look into it for you. Maybe Prestige just wanted to pre-order before they could come in, but just so you know, I can confirm an audio question for Prestige. I just don't know what the question is yet. Hey Kendra, I'm not sure if you heard earlier, but I was saying that I'll be here at least until 10:30. So it depends on how busy we get. If we get a lot of readings, I'll probably be here till 11. Did you want to wait for your reading until you're home? Is that why you're asking? Kendra says, okay, gotcha. Hey Liz, welcome back. I'm still here. I'll be on at least until 10:30, and then if we get a lot busier, I'll just be on until the order list is done. Kendra says, I want to wait till I'm home. I should be home in 20. Okay, sounds good. Yeah, Kendra, check back in. I do have an order right now for Prestige. I'm just waiting for Prestige to come in. And then I think Liz is also going to place an order, Kendra. So you have some time. I am offering typed readings for $5.55 and then an audio reading if you would prefer to hear me talk. Sounds so vain. But if you prefer to hear me, it's $6.66. So that way you have the option. I figured I would switch things up on this stream and give you guys choices. Sounds good, Kendra. All right, so while we wait for everyone else to kind of get their bearings, get their orders in. Hey, Prestige. You unsubbed and had to wait 5 minutes. No, that's okay. I just wanted you to know that I got your order, so you probably were at least able to hear me. But what I was going to say was, let me put y'all on something. If you like strawberry, coconut, or mango, there's a brand called Helados, Helados, Mexico. Premium ice cream. It's only 100 calories per bar or less. And they are fantastic. Like, they taste fresh. They have like actual fruit in them. They're like a creamsicle type thing. Y'all, I'm obsessed. All right, looks like another order was placed. Let's see who that was. Liz also wants an audio session. So Prestige, whenever you're ready, go ahead and post your question. Liz says I'm gonna get 2. Okay, sounds like a plan. Anyway, the reason I was telling you about those popsicles was because I'm about to have one in a few minutes. But they're just like the perfect size, like little something sweet at the end of your day. You don't have to feel guilty about, and it tastes so good. If you guys that are placing an order, if you think you'll have a follow-up related question, you're more than welcome to donate another $3.33 to Venmo, PayPal, or Cash App. It's kind of like a special that we're doing right now for a follow-up question. So if you guys think you'll have a second question after whatever I answer for you, you can donate an additional $3.33 for a follow-up. I also have an audio from... Oh, this is for Liz. Yeah, so I can confirm both of Liz's questions and then also Prestige. Prestige, if you are ready, I'm ready for your question. I know, I realized that after the fact. All right, so Prestige says, what's going on with Justin? Hot guy at the gym. We love that. All right, so do you want to know, like, how he feels about you? Has he noticed you? What kind of questions are we looking for? What are you looking for me to channel with that? We can also do, like, if he's noticed you, what impression that he's had, or do you want to know more about him, what he's all about, the type of person he is, that kind of thing? Let me know what direction I need to go here. Liz, I have your first question saved, okay? I just want to let you know. And Queen, if you're gonna have a question for me tonight, make sure you add yourself to the list too. Like, what does he think of you now? Okay, sounds good. Let's look into it here. I'm just gonna shuffle. Give me just a second. All right, so Prestige. Straight away, we have the Hanged Man in reverse, which means indecision. So he could think that you're a bit indecisive. I kind of feel like he is interested, like you've piqued his interest, but maybe you're not interested. I think he was getting the vibe that you were, but now he's not sure. He's like uncertain because we do have the 8 of Cups, which is like walking away, withdrawing from situation. He also could be losing interest. Because I saw that you said he's been mysterious now because I check it out and saying something sometimes. So like he could be, he could have been interested in you, maybe still is, but because of like him being uncertain of what your thoughts are, he's like slowly losing interest because he doesn't want to like make you uncomfortable or put you in a position where you're rejecting him or something like that. So like I think that he's kind of waiting and wondering like what's gonna happen here. I feel like he feels like there's an uneven balance of an energy exchange, so it's possible he feels like he's putting more effort into this than you are or something like that. There's an imbalance here. Generally speaking, though, I feel like he feels you command attention, the attention of the room, like just because of your natural aura, just the natural energy that you put out. But he wishes that you would be more confident because we do have the King of Wands here. The star makes me indicate that even though he's trying to give you your space, he does still remain a little bit hopeful about maybe the possibility of you guys communicating more in the future. But I feel like he just knows like this is going to be a slow game with the Temperance card. That's doing things slowly, doing things in moderation, not really jumping into things and thinking things through. So I think that honestly, he's still trying to just figure you out. Give me a second. Let me see if I get anything else here for you. So I heard that he wishes that you would show more interest or like just maybe put yourself out there a little bit more. He's fine with you keeping things simple and he's fine with taking things slow, but I think that he just wants to make sure that you guys are like on the same page. You said, I get that from a guy's perspective, but I'm awkward. And the last thing I want to do is seem easy. Yeah. So, like, I'm not getting that from him. I'm not getting the fact that, like, he is looking for anything. Like, I think that he wants to be respectful of your space. I have the phrase keep it simple here. So it's making me feel like he's fine with taking things slow. He's fine with things being simple. But I think that he's just like, am I being creepy? Like, does she even want me talking to her? And I think that it's easier for him to kind of let you take the reins on it. But where that's leading is you both like not being on the same page. So if you are interested, definitely like conversate with him, or at the very least try to make it obvious to him that you are interested in talking to him. He's not like creeping you out. I think that like he's losing interest because he's afraid you're not interested. And it's making for a very weird situation. And like social interaction can be awkward, and if you generally are aware of that about yourself, then that's fine, but allow him to maybe get to know you a little bit, or feel free to like communicate back with him and show him some type of interest. Yeah, like I think sometimes the guys at the gym, they know like the stigma about approaching other women, and he feels like a pretty genuine dude. I feel like he just doesn't ultimately know what's going on in your mind, and I think that he just doesn't want to be that weirdo that's like constantly talking to you or making you uncomfortable. The gym is obviously a place that you're not necessarily going there to socialize, you're going there to work on yourself. And so I think he just is trying to figure out your boundaries and understand where you stand. But I think that he is interested, but I would definitely make it known soon before he like completely gives up, I guess. So yeah, that is what I have for you, Prestige. Thank you for placing that order with me. You are welcome. All right, so we have the first question for Liz. I am going to dig into this here. Give me a second while I shuffle. Liz, I heard that his mind is kind of racing right now. Like there's a lot that he's thinking about. He has I don't know if this is a choice or if this is just like options or if this is just a lot of food for thought and he's kind of just trying to like navigate through this. But I have the 7 of Cups, which typically indicates like your head is in the clouds, you're thinking a lot, you could be overthinking, you've got a lot going on in your mind, maybe you've been given a lot of information, you're just trying to get through and like figure out what you're going to do next or what's going to happen. So this feels like I'm interested to see what you talked about, but this feels like it feels like it's making him more reclusive. I don't even know if that's a word, but like more hermited, like more going back into his shell of comforts. Something is making him feel sad here, and I don't necessarily know if it has to do with you specifically, but I am seeing like either regret or sadness, or a feeling of loss. But like the hermit specifically is here. Like it feels like after the conversation he's kind of just going within himself and really trying to ruminate on what has happened, what has transpired, and what to do next. And I feel like he's being very reserved at this time as he navigates through this. And I think I hear like replaying conversation over and over. The 4 of Pentacles has to do with being reserved and like keeping things close to chest. So not 100% ready to like fully be vulnerable and express how you're feeling and what your thoughts are. But in addition to that, it also means it's a hard time letting you go or letting something go. Let's see here. Oh, okay. Because I was like, why does this feel negative? Yeah, I feel like this is turning into him not being really happy with it and feeling more antisocial. So I feel as though then he asked if I already had plans and said yes. There's something here he's not happy about. But he's not like verbalizing that at all. Let's see, what else do I have here? There's one thing I want to clarify. The Death card is here, but I want to see specifically what we're talking about. It's like something's come to an end or something's changing. Spirit, why is the Death card here, please? Why is the Death card here? Please clarify. I mean, it could be just something as simple as now he's got to figure this shit out because you said no. Because I do have the Two of Wands, which is planning. Okay, but the Lovers is coming up. You have the Lovers and you have the Ace of Cups coming up through the Death card. It's an odd thing, but the message I'm getting here is that he like respects you more or something, because the Death card is here and that indicates, oh, you said, because he put me in the system thinking I would say yes. So like the Death card has to do with like a transition or a change or like seeing something differently or going through like a different perspective or something along those lines. And we have Two of Wands, which is generally like planning and, you know, preparation for what the next thing is going to be. But the thing is that the Lovers and the Ace of Cups came out. So I almost feel like forcing him into this decision and standing your ground kind of made him respect you more. And it made him view you a little bit differently. Even though he may not be happy with it, he may not be happy with the outcome. It's like, you know how sometimes if you feel like you can walk all over somebody, not saying that, you said I have feelings for him, not saying that, you know, he thinks that you are just at his beck and call, but like if someone doesn't set boundaries, like you don't respect them as much. And that's just human nature. So I feel like this kind of gave him a different perspective. Like he really assumed that you were going to say yeah. And you're like, actually, no. And not only that, but it's not his business what your plans are. If he just thought you were going to be added to the schedule and you say, I can't do it, then he just needs to deal with that. But clearly he was digging for more information from you. Okay, Kendra, you got it. Thanks for checking in. I told him I just want to enjoy my summer break. Yeah, I have to you have to set those boundaries. So now I kind of want to re-listen to what I've said so far, because I feel like that's all making a lot of sense. I feel like he feels like he can't turn to you. Not that you're a pushover, Liz, but maybe you have been in the past, or you've just been like, yeah, sure, I'll do that for you. And he kind of just expected the same type of reaction. But he's like, feels like he's juggling a lot. So yeah, that's what I've got for that conversation. I think he wants to know what you're doing in your life, and he doesn't feel like he can ask. Because I have the Three of Swords and I have the Moon here. He said, oh, I was. Did you already give me your second question? Did I miss it? I'm sorry if I did. I don't think I did. I also wanted to point out, Liz, that at the bottom of this deck, the clarifying deck that I have, the Seven of Swords, he could think you're lying to him. Like, he could think that you just said what you said, but you really didn't have anything planned or anything going on. There's a part of him that wonders if you were even being honest. But you're being very mysterious to him, and he doesn't like it. I will say that. How will things go with the new Leo? Let's see. I love the laughing emojis. How will things go with the new Leo? Ooh, that's exciting. Someone new for Liz. I think. Yeah, you said new. Losing my mind already. How will things go with the new Leo? Okay, Liz, give me 1 second. I'm gonna shuffle and then I'll be right back. You said it's always hard when it's online dating. Yeah, that's how I found my person. We've been together for how long, hon? December, January, February, March, April, May, June. 6.5 years. Yeah, back in the day when there was still kind of a stigma associated with online dating. Good old 2015. I think that's when things started to become a little bit more acceptable. But yeah. Yes, was I scared in the beginning? Absolutely. I like when we went on our first date, I sent my location to my sister, and he did the same with his sister. But I think that there's something to be said about online dating, because if someone can hold a conversation and be really receptive to you, and like just not your typical like, hey, how's it going? They can really like involve themselves in the conversation, and you guys just kind of have a vibe. If you can do that online, then the relationship's going to be amazing. You just have to find that person. Yeah, so if you're going on a date, please share your location with someone. All right, so Liz, I went ahead and pulled your cards. So I feel as though this person is someone that's going to be like a learn to love type of relationship, where you may feel a little bit guarded, or a little bit maybe like they say something that kind of like gets you like, huh? Well, why would you say that? Like maybe you guys have a lot of misunderstandings or something in the beginning. And I feel like this is something that if you were to pursue it eventually, this would be a grow to love this person, because we do have the Ace of Cups here. So I feel like with the wands in the beginning, I feel like there's a attraction, either mutually, or you feel that way or they feel that way about you. I feel like it could be mutual, but I feel like it's something that's going to be like a long-term end game kind of thing, where you really just have to trust the process and invest in this with them. I see them as the King of Cups. They are somebody who is able to be emotionally intellectual. They're able to be nurturing, but they could be kind of like harsh at first. I feel like there's somebody who really would want to be honest with you, really communicate with you and make sure that you're happy. They likely would probably be like a very good counselor. Like I don't really know how well their advice would be, but they seem to like have these nuggets of wisdom about them that kind of catch you off guard a little bit. So it's kind of like they would be a good person to talk to. And depending on what you're feeling online, things could also like really evolve offline, like when you actually meet each other in person. I do feel like your hard work will be rewarded. The Seven of Pentacles and then the Nine of Pentacles coming after that makes me feel like this is something that could be very rewarding for you and in this relationship. And I think over time you will kind of just see things unfold. The only thing that concerns me a little bit is at the beginning of this reading, we have the Seven of Wands, which is a very defensive energy. So that's where I think I'm getting that he could come off a bit blunt or cold or harsh, or like say something that's like a compliment but sounds like a backhanded compliment or like an insult, but he's honestly doesn't mean it that way. But like I think there could be some misunderstanding. So like it's very important that when you guys have these conversations, like if he says something that kind of has you like questioning, I would definitely just be like, what do you mean by that? And then he'll be like, well, I just meant blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, oh, okay. Just make sure that if there's moments of misunderstanding or something bothers you, that this is just the type of personality he has. And eventually over time, you'll learn that. You said, oh, wow, that's true. Yeah, like for instance, my boyfriend, we went on our first date. I tell people this all the time. He like gave me these like really creepy, I call them Manson eyes. And so he was leaving And he was like, good night. And then he literally just stared at me, like locked eyes with me and started backing away, like very creepily. And I was just like, who is this freak? Like, what is he doing? And later on, I just learned like that's his personality. And he even said that he thought about it in his mind. He was like, oh my God, she doesn't know me yet. That probably was really weird for her and like really creepy. And, you know, we got over it. But now I know him. So I guess that's what I'm trying to compare this to is like eventually you'll kind of learn this person's quirks, their habits, how they say things, how they come across, and like you'll realize it's not offensive or it's not not weird. You just kind of learn who they are. So just make sure if anything is misunderstood or you kind of like have a side eye situation going, just clarify with them, because I feel like they have a very unique sense of humor, this person. But otherwise, it looks pretty good. I just think it's something that's going to be like a long-term to develop type of thing. Like I feel like you guys really have to get to know each other, and it could be a good even 6 months, you know, before you're really like, okay, I'm really digging this guy. I'm really into them. Queen of Swords laughing in the chat. What are you laughing at? So Liz, that's what I have for you. But I did want to throw out there as well, at the bottom of the deck, I do have the Six of Pentacles. So I feel like they'll match your energy very well. Like what you put in, they'll put in. Be very clear about your intentions. I even cut the deck and I have the Two of Cups. So it feels pretty good to me, honestly. It's just one of those things where y'all just have to get to know each other. You're very welcome. Hey Queen, what do you think about maybe closing the list in like 10 minutes, doing like a last call? I'll be here for Kendra because I told her I'd wait for her. But maybe just everyone that wants to get their order in, they do it, you know, within like the next 10 minutes or so. Thank you. All right, so last call for ordered donated readings. We're going to close the list in about 10 minutes. Kendra is the exception, so hopefully she's back in here soon. Hello. We were going to hold the list or hold the wait for you, Kendra, so you could place your order. So if the list happened to close, we would open it back up for you. All right, so Kendra, I'm not sure if you know, but I'm doing typed sessions for $5.55 or audio for $6.66. You're welcome. I just have to, not in a huge hurry or anything like that. I just haven't showered. And I feel like the later I go to bed, the later I start my streams the next day, which I guess isn't a bad thing, but I used to start at like 12. Now I'm like pushing 2 or 3 o'clock these days. Sounds good, Kendra. That sounds good. Queen, did you want to add yourself to the list for a reading tonight? I know I didn't do one for you earlier. Oh, okay, Queen. Well, you know, I'm gonna call for you. So just message me anytime and I'll try to get to that as soon as I can. No question tonight. Sounds good. Kendra says, so the stylist I want to get my hair at doesn't seem to do keratin treatments anymore. Oh, dang, that sucks. Okay, I don't know what just happened. Sorry. I think I accidentally hit my camera button. There's possibility she can make an exception for me. However, I want guidance on my hair. All right, so let's see what I can dig up here. I'm trying to think of what deck to use. Give me a second here, Kendra. Hold on. She mentioned I could do a texturizer. That's like a relaxer, which I don't want. Well, yeah, because you're trying to increase the bonds of your hair. You don't necessarily want to lose your curl, I assume. Or blowout. That only lasts a few weeks. So what is the appeal for you specifically to do the keratin treatment? Is the appeal that a keratin treatment lasts longer than a blowout, but it doesn't grow out? It's like something that kind of just eventually releases. Honestly, just from a cosmetologist standpoint, I feel like relaxers can be very, not only like harsh, but it's like a maintenance thing. You know what I mean? Your hair grows half an inch a month. And so you got to imagine in 2 months, you're already going to have an inch of new growth that you have to then go and get, I guess, straightened out. It's if you want to leave it natural, like unless you're ready to blow dry your hair and straighten it yourself. I want something that'll last a few months, so I only have to go to the salon for a few months, and in between I can do my hair. The thing is like the relaxer grows out, the keratin treatment, everything will be uniform. So even if the keratin treatment releases over time, it's all going to be uniform throughout your hair for the most part. I don't think it's going to be as noticeable. It's not going to be like a harsh line of demarcation where a relaxer would do that. I think more it's going to be kind of like a balayage where it's easier to grow it out. And also keratin treatments more like rebuilding the bonds of your hair, making it healthier. And a relaxer can, if it's not done right, it can damage your hair. And the only way to get a relaxer out is cutting your hair off. So, or letting it grow out. Exactly, Kendra. I just saw what you said there. Honestly, just from knowing what I know, I agree with the keratin treatment, honestly. But let me pull some cards for you. Hold on one second. All right, so Kendra, what I am getting is the blowout is like the last option that you want. I'm getting a lot of really positive cards for the keratin treatment. I know you said it's an option for her to do this, maybe, but if not, and I know that sucks because you were doing a lot of research on hairstylists, so that's kind of a bummer. I know that you said you're not sure because she said hold on, I just read that because she said keratin has some chemical cancer risk or something. I think that pretty much all products can, to be honest. A lot of stuff is not regulated by the FDA, which is sad. And I think that there is a lot of products out there that can be harmful to you. For all we know, color is harmful. So, to be honest, I'm leaning towards the keratin treatment. I feel like you have 3 very good cards regarding that. I mean, it could be an old practice, but I kind of feel like that's the better situation for you. We have Judgment, we have the 3 of Pentacles, and we have the Hierophant. So I feel like this is something, it's like a good medium, happy medium. You'll be happy with it. You'll be happy with this commitment, like this decision that you made. I see other people help. I actually see someone and their assistant help, like doing this for you. If you were to go that way, there's like 3 people in the Hierophant, 3 people in the 3 of Pentacles, and there's 3 people in the Judgment. So I feel as though keratin would actually be the happy medium. The relaxer is not a bad idea. I am seeing like the Knight of Cups and the Page of Cups, but it's not as happy as you would be with the keratin treatment. It's, the pages and the knights are less than court cards in a way. You have major arcana with the keratin that feels more significant, like you'll be more happy. And not only that, but the 8 of Cups is showing like kind of maybe withdrawn or like dissatisfaction, and like probably deciding that this is fine for now, but maybe you don't want to do it again or something. I am getting a message from Spirit here to be a pioneer, do things that have not been done before, which makes me feel like go the way that you want to go. Don't follow what other people are saying. Find someone who, you said a lot of stylists don't want to do it. Let me see. Hold on one second. So, Kendra, yeah, I'll give you a second to use the bathroom. I just wanted to let you know that there are at-home keratin treatments. I'm not sure if the results are the same, but it could be something that you do for yourself if a lot of stylists aren't wanting to do it. Okay, Kendra. So, just doing a little bit of research, I saw that a lot of the reasons people don't want to do it is because of formaldehyde. There is a formaldehyde-free version. It's called a Brazilian blowout, and it also is a keratin treatment. So it's very possible that maybe they're not as educated in it, because it literally just took me a quick search to understand what the differences were. Um, so it's possible that that's why they're worried about it. Risk to stylists, like overexposure of formaldehyde over and over and over and over again. Um, because, increased exposure is not good for you, and repetitive exposure is not good for you. But there's some treatments you could do at home for yourself, which is something I was suggesting. But also, you could look into what they call Brazilian blowout, which is formaldehyde free, or at least they say that it is. It seems to be less concerning than a regular keratin treatment. Yeah, so that's why I was saying, like, the other option could be you do it at home for yourself. Kind of like how people, they have like those, you said I thought about doing myself, but I'm no pro. Yeah, I mean, I feel like keratin is the way you need to go. I feel like you'll be fine with a relaxer, but I just don't know if you'll be like really happy with it. So, I mean, just thinking about this logically and practically, it seems as though you could do the relaxer, and I feel like you'll be fine with it, but I just feel like I don't know if it's something you'll want to keep up with maintenance wise. That's the only reason I suggest it, because or not suggest it, because I have the Page of Cups, the Knight of Cups, and the Eight of Cups. So I think you'll be fine with it. I just don't think you're gonna be like completely enthused. You're gonna think about the upkeep, things like that. So I feel like practically looking about this, yeah, exactly. So I think practically looking at this is either find a new hairstylist, which isn't easy. I know it's gonna take some work and effort on your part, or do like the at-home one and see how that goes. Yeah, that's what I was talking about. The Brazilian blowout, they claim that it's formaldehyde free. So it would be something to talk to your or to talk to your stylist about, to see if that's something they'd be interested in doing. I'm not really sure if they can make certain accommodations, or maybe that's specifically the accommodation they were saying they could maybe do it. But I know that if it has formaldehyde in it, overexposure of these things can cause issues and health concerns for the stylists themselves, which is probably why she said what she said to you. So I would just tell her, like, what are my options? I don't want the maintenance and the harmful effects or damaging effects of a relaxer, but I also want something that's going to last longer than a blowout, and see what she says. I think understanding her concerns and expressing your desires is going to help you guys figure out what the best course of action will be. But at the same time, you don't have to stick with this stylist for this specific thing. You could always go back to them if you like them for color and cut and all that stuff, and just get the actual treatment done somewhere else. Let's see here. It says that it's around 4 weeks. Well, here it says 3 to 6. 3 to 6. Oh, wait a second. Hold on. I have more information, Kendra. It says the keratin treatment typically lasts 3 to 5 months, depending on how you care for it, how often you shampoo, and what products you use. So it actually seems like it's going to last quite some time. It's all about the aftercare. Yeah, sorry about that. It says Brazilian lasts 10 to 12 weeks, like 3 to 5 months. But that's dependent on how you care for it. So I didn't do very many keratin treatments in my day. Actually, when I was a stylist myself, keratin treatments had just started coming around. So they've been out for quite some time. Yeah, Kendra, exactly. They last about the same. I was reading a specific article that was giving me a general time frame that said 4 weeks, but I went and dug in a little bit further because I wanted to see the average of what people are saying, and they said 3 to 5 months. So I would take that. Actually, I wouldn't take the shorter one. But it's all about aftercare too. So, you know, the more often you shampoo your hair, the more it can like rinse out, things like that. But the specific part of advice that I have is be a pioneer. Do things that are not considered the norm. And while keratin treatments have been around for a while, specifically think that card just indicates do what it is that you want to do. Find someone who will do it for you or do it yourself, and don't settle. Yeah. And Kendra, I am so sorry. I realized that you wanted it typed. I can do the next one typed for you. I just was on a like audio roll. I feel bad, but this stream will not be deleted, so you can always come back to it. Liz, yeah, if you want to donate, I'll take another donation. But after this, I think I'm going to go ahead and close the list. Let me go ahead and do that now. I could do it myself, but I feel like it would be a lot. Yeah, you would just have to take really small sections and really pay attention to the instructions. Queen, that's not your bad, girl. What's your bad? Kendra, let me know what your second question is, and let me know if you want me to type that one. Liz, sounds good. You'll be my last one of the night. Liz, I can confirm your reading. You said you want an audio. Okay, sounds good. Okay, Kendra, let me shuffle for your second. Ooh, Ryan. We haven't talked about him in a while. Let's see. Channel messages from Ryan. I do, of course I remember. You gotta remember, I have a horrible memory. I will say that first and foremost. I can watch a movie and a month later forget what happened and start all over again. And it's like a brand new movie to me. But when it comes to tapping into certain people's energies, it's very easy to remember who those people are because it's not a name or anything like that. It's like when I read, I recognize that energy for the most part. Unless it's been like 2 years or something. Messages from my Okay, so Kendra, I heard midlife crisis. So I feel like he's saying like I'm kind of going through it right now. I feel like I'm in this in between when it comes to my life, what I want, what I don't want. I wouldn't say that I'm unhappy. I'm fine. I'm content. But I feel like there's a lot more out there for me than what I feel like I'm settling, basically. There's a lot more out there for me that would make me a lot happier, but I'm not achieving those things right now. I'm just kind of allowing myself to settle. I feel as though the future is a bit unknown. I think that I just get wrapped up in my own mind and in my own thoughts. And my mind can be a dangerous thing. I see a lot of people that are my age that are moving on. They're happy in their career, they're happy in their relationships, they're happy with their family and what they're doing. And I just kind of feel like I've just been staying in one place. I kind of regret not following my passions. I think that life just kind of gets away with you, you know, and you just kind of get complacent. You get content with how things are. And I'm not saying that I'm too old to not try something new, but I don't know. I'm just like in this weird stage, this weird phase. I do get moments of inspiration. I think that I need to act on them. I think it's in my power to do so. But then I think to myself, life is just easy right now, you know? Nothing's making me excited, nothing's making me feel passionate or necessarily happy, but I'm fine. I'm doing well. Considering the state of how the world is, I probably should be grateful. But I don't know. Sometimes it does get to me that I didn't do more or make more of myself or take a chance or take a risk. I guess I feel hopeful. I don't necessarily think that things are out of the question for me or it's not possible for me to do these things. But I think I'm also kind of lacking the motivation. So, in a way, I'm unhappy, but I don't really know if there's anything I'm going to do about it. I hope I do. I'm just kind of going through the motions, just living day in and day out. but I'd be lying if I didn't say that I want something to feel inspired about and passionate about and excited about. Kendra, okay, sorry to take a second to channel down from that. I haven't done channel messages verbally in quite some time, and whoo, that takes a lot out. So I'm gonna read the chat here and see what you said. You said you just want to know what he's up to. Yeah, I figured. So, there's so much more out there for him. He has so much potential, and he settled for a manager. Okay, yeah. So like settled was one of the words he said. I can see him feeling that way. I want to hug him. We haven't really talked since I left the job. I could have made him happy, but you know. Yeah. Honestly, it didn't feel like he was like sad per se, but he just wasn't like feeling excited about things. And I think that he's kind of been thinking on that a little bit. Thank you, Kendra, for your donation. I'm glad we could wait till you got off of work. Are you on the East Coast? If so, you work late. I just want him to be happy because I still care about him. That's such a sweet thing for you to say. I don't necessarily want you to get wrapped up in all that again, but I feel like it would be nice for him to hear that. Just like, you know, I'm rooting for you. You got someone on your side if you ever want to talk. I hope you find your happiness, kind of thing. So yeah, you are working late. Jeez. Is Liz around? Liz placed an order, I think, for an audio reading. Yeah, audio reading. And she's my last one of the night. Queen, I know that I've had you like all day. I'm not pushing you out or anything. Feel free to hang around. But if you are getting tired, I think I got it from here. I know you work early, but it's up to you. All right, Liz, let's take a look. Kendra says if I texted him, I probably wouldn't get a response. Maybe. I think that you're pretty accurate in saying that, but it still would be nice for him to hear it. You know what I mean? Especially since y'all haven't talked in a while. All right, Queen, have a good night. Thank you so much for your help. Sweet dreams. Liz, I'm going to shuffle for your reading. Give me just a second. Okay, Liz. So overall, I'm getting from Spirit that right now you need to remain independent of him. Um, Not necessarily engage for something more with this person. Uh, just continue to be who you are, work how you are, be that great person with good work ethic, basically. But the interesting thing here is that they don't want you to worry about this person. They don't want you to concern yourself with this person. We have the Nine of Swords, which indicates like a lot of overthinking, a lot of thinking about this person, and basically they just want you to balance out your energies. So, like, for instance, if you're constantly thinking about this person or worrying about them or wondering what they're going to think or whatever, you barely have any room to think about what it is that you do want. And not only that, but even if you're not physically interacting with them, you are giving them a lot of your energy. And Spirit wants you to take some of that back, reclaim some of that back to yourself. You said yes, overthinking. Take some of your power back. Because in all honesty, I am seeing that this relationship could possibly become something more than a working relationship. I do have the Ten of Cups, which is being in a harmony, being in alignment, being likely in a relationship, some kind of union or something along those lines. And I see that that's very possible with this person, but it will not happen until you reclaim your power, until you pull some of your energy back from this person and focus more on what it is that you do want. I see the Six of Wands, like this person appreciates you and you appreciate them, and that's fine. But right now, specifically, the advice is kind of distance yourself from the situation. Just keep your head down. Like you said, work more, do what you've got to do, remain independent of this person. And until you can start to feel like you aren't, granted, I don't want to accuse you of anything, but I'm just giving examples. Like, until you don't feel like you're thinking about them all the time, wondering about them all the time, what are they thinking? What do they want? How do they think about this? And how do they think about that? And what are they going to think about this? And like basically putting a lot of effort and energy into this person until you start to feel like one day you woke up and you didn't think about them. That's where you were claiming your power back. So, what exactly does it mean to pull my energy back? So, find other distractions if you have to. Find other things to do where you're not constantly thinking about them or worrying about them or putting your energy on them. Like, how can I do that at work? I think at work, honestly, is probably going to be an exception because you are around them. You can't really help that. It's just going to happen. You know what I mean? So, I guess if you find yourself maybe going out of your way to be in their presence, like, or finding excuses to talk to them or interact with them in some way, or, um, yeah, like things like that, don't do that. But to some extent, you have to interact with this person, you work there. But outside of that, if you can maybe pull that back when you're not at work, try to do things that are going to not think about them. Granted, Liz, I want you here. I want you placing orders, things like that. Of course, I want to talk to you. I want to do readings for you. I'm honored. But at the same time, if you feel like tarot readings, for example, are giving too much of your energy to this person, then maybe don't do tarot readings. Or if you don't feel like it's in your best self-interest to wonder about them, you said, so just be with myself and not think about him. Like, if you, yeah, as much as you can. Like, don't go out of your way to exert any more energy in their direction. So maybe ask more questions if you still really like tarot and you don't want to take a break from it. Maybe ask more questions about yourself in ways that you can improve yourself, improve your confidence, work on yourself versus asking about them. And I know that you typically don't. I know you ask a lot of different types of questions, but I think for now, just kind of not really focus too much on them and what they're doing and what they're thinking, because you're kind of creating this situation where a lot more of your energy is going in their direction. Yeah, exactly. That's correct. You said asking tarot questions about them means putting more energy on them. Yes. Because you have to think, like, what is propelling you to ask these questions? because they're on your mind, because you're thinking about them, because you want to know what they think and what they want, or whatever your question is. You have to see like what the drive is behind it. Exactly. If you're not thinking about them or wondering about them, then you don't have tarot questions to ask about them. So pull your energy back. And even if you are thinking about them, don't ask about them, don't wonder about them. It's like a fine line. Just kind of pull your energy back from them. But I think what you've been doing at work, where you've been setting up your boundaries, yeah, of course. Where you've been setting up your boundaries, you've been basically like, no, I'm not just this person that you can just expect these things from. I deserve notice, I deserve respect. If I say I can't do it, I can't do it. Like, you're setting up those boundaries, and I feel like you actually are already distancing yourself. You're also interested in someone else at the same time, so it's like you have already been doing these things, you've already been working these steps basically. So Spirit is saying just continue that pattern and just continue to like pull yourself away, find distractions. It's okay, it's perfectly fine to think about this person, but let it be a thought that you observe and let it go. Don't dwell on it. Don't purposely think about these things. If it happens, it happens. Be gentle with yourself and allow those things to happen. You can't really control your thoughts all the time, but don't dwell on those thoughts. But you do have the Ace of Wands, you do have the Ace of Swords. So I feel like Spirit is saying, like, be very clear with your conversation with this person. To be completely honest with you, Liz, like, I definitely feel like it's possible for you to end up in a relationship with this person, or end into a relationship that's more than a working relationship. I think that is on the table, but you can't get there until you're holding the sword or you're holding the wand and you feel like you are in charge and you're making the decisions and you're pulling your energy back, you know? So right now, Spirit's just saying, like, that's kind of what I want. They're not saying I don't support this. They're not saying I don't think that this is a good situation, but they're just saying kind of pull it back a little bit. Yeah. You said thank you. You're right. Oh, okay. You are very welcome. And I'm always here, you know, like, I'm not going to judge. If you have a question about him, you have a question about him. But it's kind of funny as a reader myself to basically tell people don't get readings about this person anymore, because in a sense, indirectly, that is my livelihood too. But at the same time, I'm not going to steer you in the wrong direction. I'm not going to tell you, like, oh, keep getting these readings, you know, if I don't feel like it's healthy for you or anything like that. You're welcome. Absolutely. Good. You said you're so sweet. I'm going to work on that. Thank you. You got this. I know you do. You've already been doing it in a way. Okay, you too, Liz. Have a great night. I don't know if anyone else is in here right now, but if you are, thank you so much. And I will see you guys tomorrow. Bye.